Hi, today I'd like to give you some important updates on our remote associate subscription program. This presentation is going to be geared specifically toward our freelance lawyers or our remote associates. And so I hope that this will give you some important information about some changes we've made, and they will better assist you to launch your freelance career. So let me go ahead and cue up my presentation today. So I'm Kristin Tyler. I'm one of the co-founders of LAWCLERK, and I'm really happy that you've chosen to spend a little time here to learn more about the options for you as a freelance lawyer and using LAWCLERK as part of your freelance career. You know, there really has never been a better time to be a freelance lawyer, in my opinion. When the pandemic hit 2 years ago, I know we're all sick of talking about it, but you know, it really did force the legal industry as a whole to embrace remote work, to figure out how to do it and not to shun it any longer. So what does that mean for freelance lawyers? It means that there is a growing demand for attorneys and firms that need help from freelance lawyers who are working with them in a remote capacity. This opens the door for you to work anywhere, anytime, as long as you've got a laptop and Wi-Fi, and it's just really exciting. So if you have already done work with LAWCLERK, then you probably know what I'm about to tell you, but give me 30 seconds to make sure everyone's up to speed. LawCLERK.legal is the website. If you don't have a freelancer account already, I would definitely invite you and welcome you to set one up. It takes just a few minutes. There's no sign-up fee and there's no monthly fees. Once you have your freelancer account, then you will be notified when there's opportunities available. We have a couple of different ways that you can find work opportunities. The first is project-based. So a project is a single one-off piece of work. An attorney may need your help on a big research project, or may need your help to get some discovery documents organized, or may need your help to draft a motion. So project-based work is really good. It's just one thing at a time. We also have a subscription-based option that allows you to have ongoing recurring work with one attorney. And that can be a really great way to kind of build some stability into your freelance career, to know you're going to have a solid block of a certain number of hours every month from that attorney. And so those are some of the tools we have out there for you. And so now we'll go into some of these updates. Okay, so first up, one of the first updates we've made to our subscription program is that we've increased the floor. So a subscription now is going to be a minimum of 30 hours per 4-week period. The reason for that is just we found that really anything below that number, it lends itself better to project-based work. So when you look at 30 hours every 4 weeks, that's 8.5 hours a week. That's about 1 or 2 projects, depending on how large they are. And that's a great baseline for a subscription. Anything less than that, we're really encouraging our attorneys to instead use our Teams feature and use projects to get the work done. So that's update number 1. The new minimum is 30. If anyone previously had a subscription for 20, they are grandfathered in. They can stay there if it's working for them. But we are encouraging new attorneys coming on with subscription requests to start at 30. We have increased our hourly rates. That will make you all very happy. I've got a slide next to show you exactly what those numbers are. And we've also added a feature that allows you to propose your own rate. If you see a subscription that you're really interested in working on, but you just, for whatever reason, feel that your time is worth a certain dollar amount an hour and you want to propose a higher rate, you can. Let me show you how that works. So I'm going to go over to my freelancer account real quick. So now you see this is my dashboard on my freelancer account with LAWCLERK. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to look for, oh, wow, the internet's going slow. Sorry about that. There we go. We're searching for a subscription. And you can see, oh, there's been some new ones go up even since the last time I looked. So let's say I'm going to narrow, so you can search specifically for projects or teams or a subscription. A team is a way to get on an attorney's roster, like their bench, for certain practice areas and certain types of work. So, oh, this one's perfect for me, estate planning, 30 hours. That's my background, is doing estate planning work. So you can see this is 30 hours every 4 weeks. The net hourly pay is 63. So if I decide I want to go in and apply to the subscription, you're going to see, of course, I can leave a paragraph or two about my background, my expertise, why I'm a good fit for this particular subscription. And then it asks, do you accept the hourly rate offered by the hiring attorney? If yes, leave it. If no, You're going to click that, and now you're going to see this slider bar over here. So maybe I'm going to say, you know what, I would do this freelance work, but I would like to be paid $100 an hour. I can toggle over to that. And then you'll also notice below, you can explain why you've requested the hourly rate. Maybe you have, you know, in the other freelance work you do, you have a set hourly rate, and that's what you're willing to do it by. You know, there's going to be some attorneys that will see the other rate you propose and they'll be like, that's out of my budget, I can't do it. And there will be some attorneys that will be like, holy smokes, this person really is the exact talent I need, and I would agree to pay that rate. That is a great rate. So that's another feature that we built in to, you know, get you paid what you should be paid, because we have some tremendous talent on the site. And so we hope that you like that feature and take advantage of it. Okay, back to our presentation. All right, thank you for that. Okay, so, these are the new hourly rates. So you may recall that before, our junior level work was at one rate, $52.50, mid-level was $70, senior was $100. We have changed that to have some kind of brackets, some ranges now, depending on junior level, mid-level, or senior. And there's no ceiling. We have had some subscriptions go through for really specialized areas of law that have paid over $200 an hour. So there's, you know, sky's the limit. Depending on the market and what the market rates allow. So these are the new ranges that you're going to see for subscription program rates. Okay. Okay, we already went over that. Okay, rollover hours. This is another new feature. So as you can probably imagine, some of our hiring attorneys start out and they maybe ask for 100 hours every 4 weeks. Great, we're going to go with $100 hours for our example here. But as you likely know, the practice of law can kind of ebb and flow. Sometimes you're super busy and you go over that. Some months you're going to be a little bit under. And so in order to better serve our hiring attorneys and you, we opted to have a rollover of up to, sorry, I don't know why my camera keeps going out. This is weird, but up to 25% of the unused subscription hours can be rolled over to the next 4-week period. Okay. So what does that look like? If we had a subscription for 100 hours, and let's say in that particular 4-week period, only 70 hours were worked and billed, then that means that there were 30 hours unused under the program. Only 25% of the total subscription can be rolled forward. So that would mean that 25 hours would be rolled over to the next 4-week period. Okay, I'll leave that up there for a minute, let you take a look at that. Okay. The importance of logging your hours is still, we just really can't emphasize this enough. Hours are due into the system every Sunday by midnight. Okay, so that hasn't changed, that's the same. And you are strongly encouraged to enter your time every day. And we have a new tool to help you do that as well. I'm going to show you that in just a second. And in addition to this, another new feature is that the remote associates will be paid every week for the hours they logged the prior week. So let's say that you have a 100-hour subscription, and in 1 week you log 40 hours. You're going to be paid for those 40 hours the following week. Makes sense? We process payments on Tuesdays, whether you're on our direct deposit or if you're getting a check by mail. If you're not getting on direct deposit, get on direct deposit. It's much faster. But you'll be paid the following week for the hours you've logged. Okay, so there's another big incentive to get those hours in. And of course, then we'll do any payments for overtime at the end of the period. Okay. Now I want to go through a couple things that hopefully you're aware of, but if not, they're super important. Number one, all of our freelance lawyers are matched with a law clerk advisor. It's either Dustin or Nagesti. Right now we have 2 of them. This team will be growing, but your advisor, either Dustin or Nagesti, is a tremendous resource for you. They would love to get to know you. If you haven't done an onboarding call with them yet, please do. They want to get to know you, your expertise, and the kind of work you're interested in so that we can better match you to work when opportunities come around. They can also be a resource for you if you have questions, if you, aren't getting enough work from your attorney, you need help getting some more work, or you have questions about how many hours to bill for certain work. They can help with all of those things. So definitely take advantage of collaborating with your advisor when you have questions or concerns. Here are some more tips to help you get selected for work. This is by far the number one question that I get from attorneys is, how can I get selected? I want to do more work through LawClerk. So let's talk through that. Number one, if you haven't already, grab your phone right now and download our app. It's available both for iPhone or Android, wherever you get your apps. This app is specifically just for our freelance attorneys. We're going to have a different app coming out later this year for the hiring attorneys, but the app has so many cool features. And the best thing is it's on your phone, in your back pocket, no matter where you are. One of the things that the app will allow you to do is whenever new work comes up that matches your profile and your expertise, you can apply for that work directly from your phone. As you may know, with project-based work especially, it pays to apply ASAP because oftentimes the attorneys get excited, or maybe they're in a bit of a time rush, and they tend to pick someone who applies pretty quickly. So that can give you a big advantage there. Another great feature of the app is that it allows you to log your time. So, maybe you're working on a subscription and you've just spent 4 hours drafting a motion, and then you run out the door to go pick up your kid from camp. And as you're sitting in the parking lot, you remember, oh, I didn't log those 4 hours. I really need to log that. You can just whip out your phone, log the time, super easy on the go to make sure you don't miss any of your time. So that's another great tool. Seriously, if you have not downloaded our app, you really want to do that today. So another tip, I've said this a million times if you've ever watched one of these other webinars, but have a friendly and professional profile picture. Okay, this really goes a long way to help you get selected. People want to know who they're working with. When you don't have a profile picture, this is what they see, just an anonymous name. And that's, if not, it's very approachable. Whereas if you have a picture like one of these, very professional, very friendly, approachable, like you just kind of instantly want to work with them. These are great examples of excellent profile pictures. So if it's been a while since you've updated your profile or you don't have one, go take care of that as well. Likewise, you want to be sure to update your bio and your resume from time to time. So the bio shows up on your profile underneath these bars where the attorney can see your resume and your writing sample. This is your opportunity to take your skills and your experience and tell your story in a couple of paragraphs. It really helps bring your resume to life and can really help you shine. Plus, with that writing style of, a couple of paragraphs, they can see a little bit more about your personality. And it's just a great way to highlight yourself. Definitely encourage you to update your writing sample from time to time. Maybe, let me go back. Maybe when you initially set up your law clerk profile, you uploaded kind of a pretty standard motion that you wrote in just, a civil litigation case. But maybe as time goes on, you've started doing more and more freelancing in the world of IP or immigration, whatever it is. If you've really become more focused on one certain type of work, go upload a new writing sample to highlight those specific skills, and that's definitely going to help you as well. Be sure to leave a note whenever you're applying for work, whether that's a project, a team, a subscription. You'll be prompted like this, before you apply, write a comment here, tell us about your experience or qualifications. If maybe you're applying for, a motion to compel certain evidence, and you recently handled a similar issue on a different case of your own, that would be the perfect opportunity to say, hey, I actually worked on this exact issue of law 2 months ago. I'd love to help you with this. It really makes a difference. Try not to have like a standard canned response that you put in there. They can tell if you're just copying and pasting the exact same thing time and again. It's not at all custom for that specific project or subscription. Definitely take advantage of this feature because it will help you stand out. So here you can see this application, no note, it's pretty blank, also no picture. I mean, terrible. Whereas this here, he's got a nice photo, took the time to write a nice note about why he's freelancing, and that was just really well done. Okay, once you start getting selected for more projects or for subscriptions, please be careful not to overextend yourself. This is a common mistake we see from some freelancers is they tend to want to take all the work they can get when it's coming in. And before they know it, they're, treading water or barely able to keep their head above water. They've got too much. So be careful, pace yourself, because you're not going to be able to do your best work if you are suddenly drowning in too much work. So be careful there. Same vein, do your best work to get ratings. The more ratings and reviews and solid ratings, good ratings that you get is also going to help you get more work in the future. Definitely, take the time to ask questions from your attorney, be responsive, get the work in on time. Those are all things that, again, will help you get a good rating, will help the attorney want to come back to you and work with you again in the future. And that's an excellent way to get more work. Now, that was a quick update on subscription, on our app. Certainly, if you have more specific questions about your situation and what you're trying to do with your freelance career, reach out to your advisor, Dustin or Nagesti. Those are their email addresses there. If you don't have an advisor yet, if you're new and you want to get started with freelancing, you can email support@lawclerk.legal, and we'd be happy to help you out there, get you started, or you can also give us a call. The phone number is 888-479-5728. So again, I'm Kristin Tyler. Thank you so much for joining me for this presentation today. I hope it was helpful as you are figuring out the best path to chart your own freelance career, and I wish you all the success with that. I will be cheering you on. Thanks so much.